Part 1. The Call. It is 7:11 a.m. on a Wednesday in March, and your phone is buzzing on the kitchen counter. You let it ring twice. The number is unrecognized. The country code is +41. Switzerland. You answer because you are a 34-year-old marketing director in London who's been awake since 6 o'clock and has no reason not to. The voice on the other end is a man in his early 60s. He speaks English with the deliberate precision of someone who has translated his thoughts before saying them out loud. He says his name is Henri Peltier. He says he is calling on behalf of a private bank in Geneva. He says he is sorry for your loss. You say, "I'm sorry, what loss?" There is a pause that costs him nothing and you everything. Then he says a name. The name belongs to a man you met twice in your life, once at a family wedding in Provence when you were 7, once at a funeral in Surrey when you were 19. He was your father's older brother's father-in-law's nephew by way of a Hungarian-born stepmother nobody talked about. You were told he was distant family. You did not know how distant. He died on Tuesday in Vienna. He was 81. Mr. Peltier says, he has named you in his will. You think it is a scam for 90 seconds. You ask Mr. Peltier to spell the firm's name. You write it on the back of a Tesco receipt. After he hangs up, you Google it. The firm exists, established 1798, 6 offices, Geneva, Zurich, London, Vienna, Singapore, Liechtenstein. The website is in 3 languages. You stand in your kitchen for a long time without moving. You are 34. Your salary is £92,000. Your mortgage is £340,000 against a 1-bedroom flat in Camden. Your last vacation was 4 years ago in Croatia. You do not yet know what you have inherited. You only know that something just happened that does not happen to people you know. Part 2. The Flight. The firm covers a business class ticket to Vienna for the Friday morning. They book your hotel. They send a car to Heathrow. They send a car to meet you at Schwechat. By the time you board the flight, you have not eaten since Tuesday. You ask your boss for a week off. You give him no reason. He says, "Family thing?" You say yes. He nods and signs the form. Nobody at the office asks anything else, which is the first lesson you learn about how this works. Money you cannot explain creates silences nobody fills. You pack your only suit. It is a charcoal 2-piece you bought for your sister's wedding in 2019. The trousers no longer fit perfectly. You did not have time to buy new ones. You did not know what to buy. On the flight, you read the firm's website 3 times. You learn that they do not advertise. They do not take new clients. The website exists, you realize, only so that people like you can verify it is real before getting on a plane. You think about your father, who died in 2017. He never mentioned this side of the family in any conversation you can remember. Your mother is alive, but in Lisbon, and she is not your father's keeper. You consider calling her. You decide to wait until you understand what you are calling about. You are 34, and you have never been to Vienna. The plane lands. The car is a black Mercedes S-Class with no markings. The driver does not introduce himself. He drives you 40 minutes through a city that does not look like the photographs. Part 3. The Office. The building is on a quiet street in the First District. There is no signage. Just a small brass plaque the size of a paperback book. You ring the bell. A woman in her 50s answers and addresses you by name without asking who you are. You are shown into a room that looks like it has not changed in 2 centuries. Wood paneling, hand-painted ceiling, a long oval table. 3 people are seated. They stand when you enter. They do not extend hands. They wait for you to choose your chair. Henri Peltier is the man on the phone. Late 60s, Swiss, quiet. He has been with the firm for 38 years. Beside him is a woman in her early 60s named Frau Holzer. She's Austrian, an attorney, head of estates and trusts for the family for 19 years. The third man is English. He is 41. His name is Asher. His title, he says, is Family Advisor. You will not understand for another 6 months that Family Advisor is the most powerful position in the room. The document on the table is 340 pages. They walk you through it. Frau Holzer reads the German. Asher translates. Mr. Peltier interjects when the financial structures need explaining. The fortune is held across 7 jurisdictions. It has been continuously administered since 1822. It currently consists of an Austrian financial services company employing 410 people, a real estate portfolio across Zurich and Geneva and Lugano, a wine vineyard in the Loire, an art collection in long-term loan to 4 museums, a Liechtenstein-domiciled foundation, and a holding company in Luxembourg that owns 9 subsidiaries you cannot keep straight. The total net asset value, audited as of December 31st of last year, is 3.4 billion euros. You do not respond. You cannot. Asher pours water into your glass. Part 4. The condition. There is a condition. You do not inherit the fortune. You inherit the right to administer it. The family constitution was drafted in 1894. It has been amended 17 times. The most recent amendment was 2019. You will sign it or you will not. If you sign, you accept stewardship. The assets remain inside the structure. You become the principal beneficiary, but the trust mechanism prevents you from liquidating, transferring, or significantly altering the holdings without a supermajority of the family council. You will receive a stipend. The stipend is generous, 1.4 million euros per year, post-tax, paid quarterly. It is also non-negotiable. If you do not sign, the assets pass to a designated charitable foundation chaired by Asher. You will receive a one-time discharge payment of 4 million euros, paid in 3 installments over 12 months, taxed at the rate of your jurisdiction. You will sign a non-disclosure. You will return to your life. You have 90 days to decide. You ask Asher, after the meeting in the corridor outside, what most people choose. He looks at you for a long moment. He says, "Most people sign. The ones who do not sign are the ones who knew what was waiting for them." You ask if you knew. He says, "You did not know." You go back to the hotel. You do not sleep. You sit at the window watching the rooftops of a city you have visited for the first time. And you do the arithmetic on what 4 million euros is and what 1.4 million euros per year for the rest of your life is. And the arithmetic resolves cleanly until it does not, because what is being offered is not, you realize, money. It is a position. Part 5. The letter. On day 6, Asher invites you to drive out to one of the holdings, an estate outside Salzburg. He says it is the closest thing to a personal residence in the structure. You agree. You drive in silence for 2 hours. The car is a quiet diesel. The countryside passes. You do not ask questions. He does not offer answers. The estate is 17th century, 47 rooms, a library of 14,000 volumes, a wine cellar with a hand-bound ledger of every bottle since 1903, a staff of 6 who live on the property full-time. They have all worked for the family longer than you have been alive. The head housekeeper, Frau Lang, is 68. She greets you in the foyer. She does not curtsy. She also does not smile. She hands you a small envelope, cream paper, handwritten address, your name. She says, "He wrote this 11 years ago. He left instructions that it was to be given to you on your first visit if you came." You open it in the library, alone. The letter is 1 page. The handwriting is careful. The English is precise. It says, "If you are reading this, you have a choice that nothing in your life has prepared you for. I will not advise you. I will only say this. The wealth you are looking at is older than you, older than your parents, older than any nation you currently believe in. It will not love you back. It will require everything. I chose to carry it. I do not regret the choice. I do regret what it cost me. I write this not so you choose what I chose. I write this so you understand what you are choosing." You read it 3 times. You put it back in the envelope. You sit in the library for 40 minutes without moving. Part 6. The Council. On day 50, you attend your first council meeting. It is held in Zurich, in a building the family has owned since 1907. 11 members of the extended family are present. You know none of them. They know everything about you. Cousins. 2 aunts you did not know existed. A nephew of your great-uncle, age 51, who lives in Buenos Aires and has flown in for the occasion. The senior member is a woman in her late 60s named Constanza. She runs the foundation. Her grandfather sat in the chair you are now being asked to fill. They are polite. They are watchful. They have been administering the fortune without you for the 14 months since your great-uncle died. The structure has not faltered. It does not require you. It is offering you a seat. Asher introduces you. There is no applause. There is no welcome speech. Frau Holzer reads the agenda. The agenda is 16 items. You do not understand 12 of them. You sit. You listen. You do not speak for 4 hours, which is correct, because you have not yet earned the right to speak. After the meeting, Constanza approaches you. She is taller than you expected. She says one thing. She says, "You will either grow into this, or it will grow around you. There is no third option." You nod. She walks away. Asher, beside you, watches her go. He says quietly, "She does not say things twice." Part 7. The signature. You are sitting on the edge of a hotel bed in Zurich, holding a pen. It is the 81st day. The document is on the desk in front of you. You have 9 days left. You think about the apartment in Camden, the mortgage, the 6 a.m. alarm, the marketing campaign you were running before all this began. You think about Constanza, about Asher, about Frau Lang, about the man in Vienna whose face you cannot fully picture, who left you a letter 11 years before he died. You think about the 4 million euros. It would buy you a house, a year off, the freedom to start something. It is a normal rich life, the kind of life everyone you know would understand and envy and forgive. You think about the 3.4 billion euros. You would not own it. You would carry it. You would attend 3 meetings a year for the rest of your life. You would be watched. You would be evaluated. You would be the kind of person whose decisions move things in places you have never been. You think about your great-uncle's letter, about what it cost him, about the regret he named without describing. You sign. You sign because the alternative, taking the 4 million and walking away, feels less like freedom and more like a door closing behind you. You sign because the architecture is real and you would rather stand inside it than outside it. You sign because you are 34 and you have begun, for the first time in your life, to understand that the question is no longer what you can earn, it is what you can carry. The pen leaves the page, you set it down, you do not feel different, you will not feel different for years. You are 41 now. 7 years have passed. You have not become rich. The fortune does not feel like yours. It never will. It is not yours. You are its current administrator. The next one has not been born. You attend 3 council meetings a year. You make decisions you would not have understood a decade ago. You speak now because you have earned the right. You speak rarely because that is also part of what you have earned. A new advisor joined the office last year. He is 34. He reminds you of yourself in ways that are uncomfortable to sit with. He does not yet know that the fortune is not the fortune. The fortune is the architecture. The architecture is what you carry. Somewhere, right now, in a city, in a kitchen, a 34-year-old is answering a phone call at 7-Eleven in the morning from a number she does not recognize. The country code is +41. She has not eaten yet. She has no idea what is on the other end of the line. She will learn. The chair will be filled. It always is. So, there you have it. Next video is going to be more exciting than this one. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.